So Behavior has responded to all of the cheaters in Dead by Daylight. This is pretty huge. We finally got a word from the company. So let's take a look at what they've said. Kings and Queens, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. As we mentioned, Behavior has finally mentioned something about the ongoing battle against the cheaters in Dead by Daylight. To fill you in quickly, if you've been living under a rock, there has been a very bad hacking / cheating epidemic that's been going on in DBD, where people have been facing tons and tons of hackers. Many big content creators have made videos talking about this, spooky, etc. And we personally on this channel have mentioned this, showed videos of this, tried talking to the devs about this in many situations, and today they have finally addressed everything, which I'm super happy about. So we're gonna basically dissect everything that they mention. If you do enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below, and we are live on Twitch right now as you're watching this video. Hopefully we'll see you on stream where we can continue this discussion. Let's jump on into everything that they mentioned. So they said that cheating is an ongoing battle in any online game, and Dead by Daylight is no exception. There is a never-ending arms race between game developers and cheat makers to find and fix new vulnerabilities. They go ahead and talk about that a little bit more. And here they say how we deal with cheaters. They said that 200,000 cheaters were already banned, with 50,000 of those banned this year alone, which is pretty good. They said that in Dead by Daylight, we have a zero tolerance for cheaters. I'm going to move this over here so you guys can actually see a little bit better. But they said that they have a zero tolerance for cheaters in DBD. Once they detect someone has cheated or is trying to cheat, their account is permanently banned from the game. They also said that they are in-game countermeasures. We make changes to both the game client and dedicated servers to prevent cheaters from doing certain things. This lessens the impacts of cheats and reduce the amount of damage they can do. And then they have their manual bans where they investigate your reports manually, and they go ahead and ban them if need be. They said in the last 7 days alone, we've banned over 2,000 cheaters, contributing to the total of 200,000 over the lifetime of the game. Additionally, we have continued to expand the team and processes to deal with cheaters more efficiently. There is still work to be done, but our team has made considerable efforts to strengthen various aspects of the game, such as preventing modification in certain game files to block specific avenues for cheaters to exploit and lessen the impact of the cheats that surface. So this is basically what they've been doing. As we know, since tons of people are already still getting cheaters and everybody's making videos on this, and there's still videos on people, experiencing this concept right here on paper is good, but shows that there's still tons of workarounds that cheaters are going through in order to target specific people or even get into your regular games. So what are they going to do in the future to address this and fix this? Because that's super critical and super important. So here we go. We have an image of the future improvements. The ongoing efforts are the anti-cheat updates, more manual bans, and in-game countermeasures. They said live, they fix various vulnerabilities. In fall of 2022, they're going to try to stop player sniping prevention, which is fantastic for those players that are getting targeted. Then in fall of 2022 again, they're going to have additional fall safes, which is great. Fail safes are fantastic. In early 2023, they have improved support tools. Early 2023, they have player report feedback, and then they will continue to give us beyond support. They said that first, we are going to continue to identify and fix the vulnerabilities to limit the efforts of cheats. This includes additional measures to prevent player sniping, forcibly joining someone else's lobby. The first version of this fix is currently slated for this fall as we continue to monitor the situation. Second, we'll be adding fail-safes to commonly exploited portions of the game. For example, should a match never continue beyond the endgame collapse in more than 5 minutes, the game will forcibly end. Additionally, the max game time will be reduced from 2 hours to 1 hour or less. This particular change is planned for Quadrant 4 2022, and future measures are being explored. Third, we will continue to implement server-side validation where possible. This takes authority away from cheaters' game client and puts it on a dedicated server, making cheating more difficult. This is an ongoing process. Fourth, we have improvements in the works for both our player support tools and better deals with cheats internally, an in-game report system to give you feedback when a player you've reported was banned. Player reports are a keystone of the cheat prevention measures, and providing this feedback is essential to letting you know that your reports are being dealt with seriously. These improvements are scheduled for Quadrant 1 of 2023. So this is pretty interesting. Firstly, they're going to be adding more failsafes, which I think is really, really good. I had a conversation about this not too long ago, talking about what type of failsafes would really work in DBD. For example, if EGC happens, the game should end after like 30 seconds. You know, there's no point of the game continuing after EGC. On top of that, put measures in the game where you're like, okay, let's crunch all the numbers. The fastest you're able to run, let's say you're using sprint burst, hope, you take a hit from a killer, whatever the case is, crunch all those numbers down and see what the actual fastest amount of time is for you to run a certain speed. If you're running hyper focus with Detective's Hunch, how fast can you technically pop a gen? What is the fastest way to pop a gen? Take that time, and anything quicker than that, you can give that person a flag, for example. You know, flag their account being like, this is a little bit suspicious. They do it again next game, very suspicious. They do it again, get them out of there. You know, having that system going on is pretty good. And obviously, if you're just a regular player and you use these things, that's why the numbers need to be very proficient. You won't get flagged because it's in the coding. That's just how the game works. You know, you're doing it in its allowed time. Anything above that, they'll flag you. It's not automatic in case there's some error somewhere, but I think that'll be pretty good. If you see a character that's moving too fast, boom, give them a flag. This way, you'll be able to actually know who's cheating and who's not cheating. Additionally, if you're seeing someone always getting great skill checks or automatically dead harding, some way, somehow, if they're able to see these statistics, it'll be really good to know who's actually using cheats and who's just playing the game normally. Obviously, this won't fix the hacking problem. It'll just lessen the blow if there's still hackers coming in, but that's a good failsafe because now you don't have to worry about everything happening like boom, 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 your game's held hostage for 2 hours. They also said that the max game timer is going to be 1 hour or less, which is actually kind of crazy. I didn't know there was a fully like max game timer that was even in the game, personally, which is weird. 1 hour is definitely a long time, but it's understandable if your game technically somehow goes on for an hour. I definitely had games go on for 40 minutes plus, so it's a possibility. When I set the world record for playing Legion, getting the most feral downs, at least I think it's the world record, that game itself was about 52 minutes. So I can understand why they decided to do it at an hour. Nonetheless, all of this stuff sounds good on paper, and hopefully when implemented, it works out quite well, because as we know, the hacking issue in DBD has gotten to an all-time peak. It says, how can you help? While cheating will always be dealt with as swiftly as possible, your help is invaluable. There are a few ways you can help is to fight against the cheating. The best way to help is the in-game reporting system. These reports are critical and help us identify possible cheaters. If you have a video of someone cheating, you should send it to our support team through this link. I'll leave it in the description. Beyond reporting cheating you encounter, our support team is always available should you need any information on potential exploits or cheats. And should you have, sorry, not if you need. And there we go. This is pretty interesting. I am happy that they address this and they are giving the players some information on what's to come, what they're doing. It's a good step in the right direction. Obviously, it has gotten way out of hand. We mentioned this months ago, as I said, so I'm happy there's finally some information to guarantee the safety of its players, because I'll be frank with you, if this thing continued to get worse, I just wouldn't have played DBD. In fact, I haven't really played too much of DBD in the past few months besides just making videos, so I personally haven't been targeted as much, which I'm happy about, but sadly a lot of my content creator friends have been, and I know how frustrating and annoying that can be. So thankfully these changes are coming into the game, and it makes the safety and the security of the game and the players a lot better, and hopefully moving forward this can really be reduced and simmered down, because it's no fun dealing with hackers in games. So the ongoing efforts that they have with the anti-cheat update, the manual bans, the in-game countermeasures all sound good on paper. Hopefully they roll out quickly and we won't have to deal with this moving forward. Happy they took it, they addressed it, and we'll see what happens in the future. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below. Remember, we are live on Twitch right now, so I would love to see you guys there. We're going to talk a little bit more about all this cheating stuff and how that affects the player, etc., as well as all the news from yesterday about the PTP. So hopefully we see you on stream. As always, I'm the king. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog. Take care, everyone.